Alright, I'm back with another Destiny 2 video, and today I'm going to talk about what is coming the rest of the season. The Drifter made it pretty clear that this season is pretty much over in terms of plundering and stuff outside of, just running it to get the weapons and things that you want. But we are headed into two events. One is mildly spoilery because they haven't talked about it yet or revealed it, but I will get into that in the second half of this. The first part is just Festival of the Lost. We know that's coming. That is going to be next reset, Tuesday the 18th. That should also come with a patch that does a lot of things, including hopefully re-enabling Gyrofalcon. And then we kind of know sort of what to expect. We have not had an actual blog post about Festival of the Lost yet. We are just kind of going based on what happened last year. And I think we know at this point that Festival of the Lost is probably going to be some variation of what came before it, and the only reason it actually changed last time was that we no longer had Mercury, so we cannot do the Haunted Forest activity anymore. So as you might recall, they switched over to Haunted Lost Sectors, and that was a couple of Lost Sectors that were integrated with different harder enemies and some story components where I think it was Glint who was like talking our way through that, and it was like kind of just a fun little like spooky adventure sort of where Glint was like trying to track down something with a pumpkin head. I don't remember. It was like just a fun little thing. My guess, and this is not confirmed, is that we will probably just be doing Haunted Lost Sectors again. My hope is at least that they are not the same Lost Sectors, that they have at least redecorated some different Lost Sectors this year, and that we have a new story, with some voice work attached to Festival of the Lost. I think I can't see them repeating the exact same event, which wouldn't even make a whole lot of sense in context, given the progression that Crow and Glint have made over the past year. Just to redo the Glint stuff again seems weird, so that's what I'm expecting. We know that we are getting the mech armor sets, and then continuing a tradition that was started last year with Jurassic Green when we had the dinosaur ornaments. We are getting a sniper rifle that is themed. I don't know what it's called, but it's a sniper and it looks like a mech themed sniper rifle. I'm not like, it's so modified, I'm not even sure what model it's originally based on. I've not looked up the perks or anything. I don't even know if those are online yet, but that is the weapon that we are going to be going after this time around. No idea if they'll make it craftable. My guess is probably not for a singular event weapon, but I guess we'll see. And then you collect candy and open little packages from Eva and get stuff that way. Seems like that's probably going to be the gist of Festival of the Lost this year, and I am not really expecting anything a whole lot variable from that. No big secrets or anything coming with it. I will say up front, do not expect some sort of secret exotic thing happening in the back half of the season. I can almost guarantee you that is not happening based on what I know, and I do not think that is coming. Now I will get into the second part of what's coming, which gets into some spoiler territory, but I only kind of really have investigated the bare bones basics of it. There will be a community event, which I alluded to in yesterday's video, that takes place, I think it's after Festival of the Lost. I don't think it overlaps. As kind of something to do in the final month of the season. The community event will be fixing up the Elixir Quarter. The idea here is that we will be collecting some sort of resource. I think it's a new one. I think it's some sort of coins or something. And then as a community, we are all contributing to a giant fund in order to try and make this area less of a bombed out disaster zone and more of an actual community for our friends, the Fallen, to live in. As you can see already, this season took steps to actually kind of walling this off as its own location. I don't know if the plan is maybe to turn this into a full social space at the end of this. I'm not really sure what you would do there because there's not actually any vendors here. This is just for story components and using the holo projector and talking to Spider. We have the Fortnite Battle Bus here. We have the old Scourge of the Past boss, Insurrection Prime. And then we have some of the some versions of the destroyed buildings that were in the old boss arena. I don't know exactly how this will work, but I think we are fixing up like different aspects of it. So like this whole thing. The bottom of the skyscraper has been fully bombed out from the beginning here. So we will probably be doing some upgrades, maybe, I don't know, sealing this in, or at least making it so there's not jagged concrete everywhere with a bunch of little fallen small-in running around. Everyone is still sleeping on, like, FEMA sleeping bags from the Vanguard, so maybe we can do some upgrades there. The next major component is Spider's Bar, which is this building here. I don't know if Spider exactly needs our funding, because he's like black market smuggler, but I think the idea here is to spruce this up a bit and get us to a place where this is not just a total train wreck. Is this a spider tank? I feel like this is a very small spider tank, if so. And then I don't know. I don't even know the door opened. Maybe, I don't know. This is nothing. I don't know what this is. It's just like a part of a destroyed building where some fallen hang out. I don't know if this is something that will need to be restored. Do not know exactly what we will be doing to do this. I think this is probably going to be more of a free thing and less of a thing directly tied to the season. It might be, but since this is something I'm betting Bungie wants the entire community to participate in, I'm guessing you're not going to really... hopefully it's not going to mandate a bunch of like catch, crash, and expedition runs, because by the time we get to, with a month left in the season, I'm already burned out on those. And like, it's like, oh, everybody's got to deposit, collective, 10 trillion treasure. I think that's going to be exhausting. So hopefully it's something we can do, doing a variety of activities. I am personally not a big fan of just like amass a bunch of crap community events, because the scale numbers we talk about in games like this are in the hundreds of thousands or in the millions. So it's just so hard to feel like you are actually doing anything meaningful. Like, you're shoveling sand in the desert. Like, your individual contribution is essentially nothing, unless they find some way to give you some sort of rewards based on tiers you've contributed. So maybe that is a way to motivate people. I prefer things that are more like the community coming together to solve puzzles. Yes, it even means if streamers are leading puzzle solving, it's still I still find that more enjoyable to theorize and chip into stuff like that than just like, oh, we got to collect 10,000 coins per guardian and deposit it after killing a bunch of random enemies. But I don't know the details. I just know that the overall point is to help fix up the Elixni Quarter. And we will see what actually becomes of that in the end and what this will look like. Presumably this means it will stick around for next season. This area has come and gone in the past as being accessible to us. My guess is it would probably disappear when Lightfall hits, presumably, but, considering we're always going to be having storylines with the Fallen, I would assume that once we fix it up, it will probably return and be accessible at some point in the future, even if it gets patched out and removed with the seasonal content. So that is what's coming, in addition to your usual rotations of double XP, whatever. Certainly not going to be the kind of story developments we've seen week to week. One thing I do not know about and have not investigated, the community event was something people found just because there was a challenge about it in the API that's like, you got to fix up the Elixni Quarter, you've contributed this many coins, and that's how people knew about it. I don't know. I've not looked into data mining about if there's some sort of big finale quest, considering it was such an anticlimax this week where Aramis just sort of like got away and we have the relics, so we're not doing anything with them. Seems like there could probably be an end mission or a final cutscene or something about the Nezarec relics, or that could be the opening to the next season, if next season will be based around, I don't know, Nezarec's curse or whatever the hell happens with the relics there. So that is what we know so far. At least that's what I know. Maybe more people have done digging. Please don't spoil anything past what I've said here, I guess, in the comments. That would be appreciated. But anyway, yeah, so there are things planned. Whether, how much you engage with that or not will depend on how engaging the activities themselves are. But I'm certainly curious to check out whatever they plan for Festival of the Lost and the specifics of the community challenge later. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.